Tired of the silence, the sugar-coated lies. Another headline screaming behind vacant eyes.
Hey, Lord.
They build up their walls so high and so strong, but the truth's gonna break through before too long. Every single day, the same damn old game, pointing all the fingers, nobody takes the blame. This pressure's building is starting to crack. Ain't no turning back now, ain't no holding back. I'm about to say it, yeah, I'm about to scream. Tired of the fake smiles, living in a dream. The real life's bleeding out in the cold. Gotta break the mold, gotta let it unfold. I'm about to say it, every single word. The uncomfortable truth finally gonna be heard. I'm gonna say it.
Hey, good morning, everybody. TGIF. How's everybody doing today? It's a balmy 35 degrees, sunny, but 35 degrees here in the A. So we're trying to bundle up and stay warm because it is bricks out there. Isn't that what you guys say up north? Bricks. It's what it is out there right now. How's everybody doing today? Y'all got plans for the weekend? Sharita, good morning. You made it here and at the beginning. You're at the beginning. How are you doing down there? You doing good? Everything good your way? Remember, bestie, be beautiful on purpose in front of them. Let them folks say what they got to say. You keep on doing what you got to do, okay? Keep walking in your light, walking in your truth. Thank you for sharing out the live, sis. I appreciate that. Hold on. We're going to get this first segment together first. All right. All right. We're going to get straight to it. But hold on. Y'all know what we got to do. We got to make sure we protect our platform, right?
Welcome to hashtag I'm gonna say it. All things said in today's show are alleged and for entertainment and educational purposes only. If you are below the age of 18, we request that you leave it live now. Enjoy.
All right. So let's put up our first graphic. Before I do that, you know what? No, I'll go ahead. And put that up. Let me go ahead and put them up. Go ahead and put them up. Some people will know who it is. Some people may not know. All right. So, can y'all see his face, or do I need to drop it down a little bit? Let me know if y'all can see him clearly. If not, then is the letters covering his face? Okay. All right. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna make him a little smaller. I do it like that. Post him right there. Okay. All right, y'all. All right, so we got him. We got him right there. Thank y'all for letting me know. That's right. Somebody said, Raj, what's happening? Exactly. That's Raj. Uh, Raj is considered pretty much a legend when it comes to the entertainment world as far as black entertainers. He's known as a legend, and like someone who I didn't get to see who said it, but they said the sitcom he was on, What's Happening, it was a big show, a big urban American show in the 70s, right? And so his recent work has also been on Everybody Hates Chris. I think that's the name of the TV show. Everybody Hates Chris. It's about Chris Rock talking about his life. And so, as a child. And so, with that being said, you definitely want, hey, Bun, how's it going? Good morning to you. In the industry, just as it is in pro wrestling, when we came in, the people who were legends in the business and had contributed to the business and was significant in the business, we wanted to make sure that when we did our thing, yeah, you're right, Rochelle. Rerun as well. We wanted to make sure that we had the respect of the people that was before us, what we call the trailblazers, what we call the legends of the business. And so the same is goes with the entertainment industry. Raj, right here, you okay? Some people may catch him by this picture. There you go. That's him from What's Happening. A lot of our parents grew up watching him. Some of us in here grew up watching it ourselves, right? But our parents. I got to see reruns and stuff like that, when it's in syndication. Grand Rising, Chrissy, welcome in. Yes, you're on time today. You're on time today. I'm glad you're here. Rochelle said Jimmy Walker. That's right. Good time. Yeah, good times. Absolutely. Absolutely. DJ Rocky B. Good morning to you. How you doing, Bestie? Here's the thing. He does Ernest Lee Thomas, that's Roger's real name. He don't really pop out that much. He don't speak much on anything. He really don't get into any of the drama or anything like that. Man just does his work, keeps his head down, goes about his business. But now in this particular thing, the segment right here we're going to listen to, he's actually speaking about none other than Diddy. And he says, the headline says Ernest Raj, thank you, man. Ernest Raj, y'all know that's his nickname from his character's nickname on What's Happening. Raj Thomas, keep it real about who Diddy really is. Hey, niece, thank you for that heart, me. Oh, you up here? How you doing? Talking with JoJo. How you doing, bestie? Now, here's what we say. A lot of people could say different things about you. If even you guys, even me, you could meet 10 people and 7 people may have one thing about you or have one thing to say about you and the others won't. Doc, shout out to Doc. She leveled up to 18. She got the 18 on there. Thank you for the night star. I appreciate it. Talking with JoJo. Thank you, bestie. He doesn't. Oh, you cleared the goal out. Thank you, bestie, so much. When are you going live again? We're gonna set up a new goal here real quick. Bestie came in and knocked it out for us. She said she's not playing no game. Okay, so he doesn't talk much, right? So, but he's saying he got some things to put on the table when it comes to Diddy. Now, like I was saying, a lot of people have different things to say about you, regardless of what you do. You
She
could be the
said
nicest
tonight
person. You could,
from
huh?
8, she said tonight, she going live tonight from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m.
Okay, thank you. I'm asking everybody in here, please go over to Talking with JoJo's page at 8 o'clock tonight for her live. Let's join her in her broadcast and show her support as well. Thank you for the gold boxing glove. I appreciate that, Bestie. Let's make sure we do that. He definitely has something he wants to say about it. And the thing about it is he normally doesn't do this. So I'm more inclined to believe what he's talking about. But like I said before, you're gonna have people, no matter what you do, you're gonna have certain people to say good things about you. You're gonna have other people to say bad things about you. It really doesn't matter what you've done. You could have given them $100. They could owe you money. You could have been there whenever they needed you, but yet and still they'll find something bad to say about you if that's just how they feel or how they, whatever. But when you have 10 people that say the same thing about somebody, I can believe that more so, right? And so we've already heard about how Diddy is. We know how he is. We've covered him long enough to know how his actions is and his personality is and stuff like that and what he's about. So we're gonna hear what Raj has to say about it. And so let's cue this up real quick and let's see what he's got to say. Hold on 1 second. We got to get these commercials. There we go. Let's make sure our volume is up. 100.
Try our new app right now, furdpt.com, by clicking the link at the top line of the description.
You know, a lot of them, they perpetrate the P. Diddy's and all that. They full of
Hey,
shit.
Deb.
Full of shit. All that yapping. He was like, oh man, man, whatever you need. Can't you call him? You know, it's not that you're trying to get money. Hey man, you know, you can put the music in there. You could put, you know, maybe put your name on it. Maybe that'll help us get the other name. Nothing. You can't even get a hold of them.
So it's black.
Just talking, just running their mouth for nothing. They're worse than the white person. They're worse than any evil, because they're good white people in the industry, but they're worse than any racist, you know, who's trying to do a double deals or whatever. You know, like Mace was told P. Diddy, y'all know that. When Mace said, P. Diddy, you talk about white people, why don't you ease up? Why don't you let me off the plantation?
So is it fair to say that a lot of these entertainers and stuff use black pride for profit?
I'm sorry.
Is it fair to say that a lot of these entertainers, you talked about Diddy, and he's very vocal about black pride and what we got to do for us, and uses that a lot. Is it fair to say that they use that for profit?
Yes, absolutely. 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 With all due respect, brother, you look at it, you know, with TLC, Tony Braxton, what they had to go through with L.A. Reid and Babyface, you know.
Yep,
they were how
that.
you gonna sell 10 million records and they out of their own, the girls are saying it, you know. Okay, yeah, you don't do drugs and all that, but
we love TikTok
just
Shop.
like them.
Keep double tapping the screen, share out the live, please.
Imagine being able to build an app with your name on it.
Look, as we're doing a PSA, a commercial comes on. But keep double tapping the screen. Please share out the live. And if possible, make sure you help us reach that gift and goal. We have donuts as the gift and goal right now. We've got 20 on there. We've already gotten 2. We just need 18 more to meet that goal. And again, please understand, we are proud that you are here. We are thankful you are here. And hey, leave a comment in here. Just please be respectful. Even if you don't agree with what's being said, just be disrespectful. That way nobody gets taken to the block party. But if you cannot be if you cannot be respectful, the moderators will take you to the block party. All right?
Why are you just like them? And no one calls them on it, you know? Well, I plan to,
Thank you for that heart me start. I appreciate
those like
it.
mind and like spirits, and there's some good brothers. I got a few proteges, some warriors.
Lori said, "Come on, we need one block."
I spoke about this at various events. You see, younger people that really they're cheering me on. The people in my age group, and they don't like what I'm saying when I say don't complain about no white scripts and let's put our monies together and we'll trillion dollar nation. They don't want to, you know. But the young folks, you know, the young people, they hear me. They told me, don't ever give those speeches to your generation. They're stuck. They're stuck begging. We know. And a lot of them are coming together. The young black brothers and sisters in the business world and in the entertainment world, they're working more together. Now,
so this is almost like we can compare this to some things that happened like 400 years ago, because because he was just saying the people who came into the business when he was younger, they were more so into just doing as told, not necessarily using their own creative minds, or they felt like they didn't have a voice. They was afraid to use their voice. I can believe that, because listening to Essie Berry. If you all go on YouTube and you follow Essie Berry is Fred Berry, which I think, Rochelle, I think you said it earlier, Bestie, rerun off of What's Happening. Essie is his widow. And some of the lives that she's done on YouTube, she speaks about the last years that uh, Mr. Barry was here on Earth before he had passed away, and some of the things that he confided in her that he had to do in order to get parts. You get me? And so when Ernest says this, I'm sorry, Mr. Thomas says this, I believe him. And now you think about what he was saying now, the people now that's coming in, like the people that's coming into the business now, they're more in tune to speak their mind. Don't get me wrong, some of them still fall victim to what the industry has always done and the rituals and stuff like that. But he's saying more of them aren't afraid to speak up now.
Yeah,
More of them
no.
aren't
We
aren't
ain't about
afraid
to
to
go
do
for
that.
that. Yeah, we ain't going for that. The millennials that's around now and some of these Gen Zers, no, ain't nobody bending down
See,
and grabbing their ankles. We ain't going for that. We
exactly,
are
niece.
of, and I say this all the time, we are of our ancestors, but we are not our ancestors. Please don't make me hurt you. Don't ever think you can play with me like that.
That part, and he put that in the context. Is listen, y'all heard it from him. He has no reason to lie. Okay, so you can compare the two. You see the difference, and as we watching right now in real time, y'all, I think that the entertainment industry is now facing repercussions and consequences for actions that were done for so long. I don't
Mhm.
even think we're anywhere finished. I don't think we're near being done with it. You know,
They don't have that crap. That crap in the barrel thing is not so much among them. Is
Yeah,
usins.
hmm
definitely. I'm gonna ask you about Bill Cosby, man. Talk about the time that he dissed you, and then talk about what do you think that ended up happening with Bill Cosby? How do you feel about that now? Him being in prison for that whole went down with him. Can you talk about that?
It breaks my. I mean, people. I mean, my friend said, "Ernie, what are you crying?" When he was sent to prison, I literally was crying because as much as I could not stand the man, still what he created as an artist, I didn't think that at that age, being put in prison, I thought that was so degrading. I thought they definitely could have done something else. Being on the house arrest, X amount of money for a fine that he had to pay, but to put him in jail, I just
Aztec
thought that was over
princess,
the top. At the same time, no, I
thank you
didn't
for
want
the
to have
go
lunch with him
popular.
because I think he is still think he's an arrogant man. But I just think I think a lot of the blacks who were in power and they didn't do it, a lot of blacks who had the power to speak up for him. You noticed that wasn't going on.
Yeah.
You know how it was the silence. The silence was deafening. It was no,
Yeah.
and again, he was what he did to us was evil. You're too old and to know, but you old enough to know better.
I'm gonna pause it again, y'all. I might talk a lot. I don't know. I hope y'all got y'all calendars squared
Mm,
away and clear because we we
I'm
we gonna
crying.
get into some stuff. You good, niece?
hmm I'm over here eating my apples and peanut butter. I ain't know if y'all hear me crunching the glass.
Oh no, no, no. You good? And that sound good too. I got a sandwich right here that your
I
auntie
had
just brought me.
oatmeal, and then
You
I
got
had a
oatmeal too?
yogurt. I had an oatmeal, I had a yogurt, and then now I'm having my apples and peanut butter. I gotta have at least some type of fruit during the daytime.
Oh, okay. She eating healthy. I hear you, girl.
Yeah, because I don't know what they got going on. I gotta be strong to prepare for whatever they about to do.
I feel you. I feel you on that. Mr. Thomas just brought up a point when Bill had pretty much gotten access to those elite social circles. He didn't go back and help any of the younger black talent. He didn't provide them any opportunities. That rings bells to me because that's one of our problems in our communities.
Do you
It's
think, Unc, I'm about to ask you a question. I don't mean to cut you off. Do you
no, no,
think
you
he
good.
didn't go back to, besides putting the people on that he worked with for like Piece of the Action and him, Sidney Poitier, Felicia Rashad,
Sammy
the
Davis Jr.
yeah, a lot of them. Do you think he didn't put them on because he knew of the stuff that they would have them doing?
Um,
Or do you think he did it for all his own selfish reasons? Because
okay,
I know if I was in their type of predicament and you had to endure a certain amount of things to get to the status that you had, I kind of wouldn't want to put my people in that predicament. I would try to figure out another way of trying to put them on so that they don't have to endure that.
okay, I can see that. And my personal opinion, I could, I bet I think in the beginning it was probably like that. Um, I guess. Okay, let me put it to you this way, because I referenced Essie Berry earlier. Uh, re, uh, well, he's a rerun. I keep on rerun. That's his character on the show. What's happening? But his wife, his widow, she had interviewed Mary Harvey. Mary Harvey was married to Steve Harvey. I think she's either his first or
I
second
believe
wife.
she's the first wife.
She's the okay.
I think
Okay,
she's
so you
his
know who I'm
first
talking about,
wife. Yes, I think because he was married 3 times, and the last one
right?
is Lori's mother. I think she's
Marjorie is
the
the
first
last one.
wife.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Then you're right. You're right. So that yeah, Mary is the first one because he was with Mary before he got famous, and then when he got famous, he left Mary. On
For the
point,
other
niece.
one,
Yes, for the second
and
one.
then
Yep,
he left the other one
for
for
Marjorie.
Marjorie.
You got it. Now Mary was doing the podcast, Essie Berry's podcast, and she stated that her and Steve. This is when Steve was trying to get into the business. Um, her and Steve went. They were invited to Bill and Camille's. Yeah, his wife is Camille. Bill and Camille's house for dinner. And I talked about this before, but now, according to Mary, the evening they was over there eating, everything was going good. But she said while they was there, it was more so like, okay, sis, it was more so like it was a grooming thing going on. Now she said she ended up leaving because she was tired and was ready to go home. But Steve stayed there. She states when he came home, Steve smelled like boo boo. I think we can say that on here without getting flagged, right? Um, and so what she was referencing is she believes that there could have been some guy on guy action from Steve
Some
and
tampering.
yeah, right, right, right. And so now after this meeting took place, or after this uh, lunch or dinner or whatever took place, that's Steve's career started to
Take off.
ascend. Mm-hmm.
hmm And then he
So
probably left his other wife because she probably she probably had a clue and knew, and he had to move her out the way before she started running her yappers. And then the
yeah,
second wife probably found out and she wasn't down with that, especially how he was doing the kids. And then he said, I gotta get her out the way too. Let me get one that'll be hip to it, that won't mind participating or helping sacrifice for the
exactly,
cause. And then he
exactly.
got with Marjorie.
And we know she has a checkered past anyway. As far as um, Lori's father was a D rug dealer, big time D rug dealer.
Absolutely.
So you know she has some dirt on her as
For the
well as
love
far
of
as that.
money.
Exactly, exactly, and that's what she goes for. So to answer your question, niece, um, I do believe that in the beginning, if if Bill would have gotten what he got in the beginning and just brought people in, then I think he would have helped them out. What I think happened with Bill is he began to participate in the activities of those people. And so, kind of in the same line or the same sense as Diddy turned him into, um, I won't say he was doing the same. I'm just gonna say, so I think he made him forget about the community. Oh, you know how they say if you forget where you come from, you're never gonna make it where you're going. So I think he might have forgotten where he came from, and this again, it's the crab in the pot syndrome. It's big and it runs rampant in black communities, unfortunately. But this is something that's been going on since the slave ships. Like I said, they would take some and let them come up on the dock and get air and stuff like that. And there was others that stayed down there chained in filth. And that created division between both of them because, of course, the people who was always chained up and had to lay in filth and vile things was like, hey, man, you get to go up and we don't. And so now I'm mad at you. And then even when you go on into the slavery aspect, right, Sharita Crab in the Pot Center, a crab mentality. Even when you get to when slavery got here in this country, if you notice, it was still put in place a form of division between us because um, the masters would let some black people in the house and others had to tend to the field and never got a chance to come in. So now you create division there. And the only difference that we got now is that they've allowed certain music and certain movies and allowed certain things to be glorified in order to bring us down. Even if you go back to the 80s, it was the cocaine that was put into the communities to take dads out of homes and break up families and stuff like that. It was systematic, but at the same time, it's still the same thing. It created division because you had some people who already was knowledgeable and knew not to do that kind of stuff, so they didn't lose everything. But when you had the men that did do it, and then they would either get locked up or get strung out on it. Either way, they weren't present in the home like they should have been in order to create a strong home structure. And so now you left a female to raise kids on her own and having to depend on the government and depend on this and some of them had to do crazy things in order to make money and no disrespect to the women
That's when the
because I'm gonna be
pimping games
they just
got real
yeah
heavy. The pimping and stripping game got real heavy.
yeah exactly. You see, so this is something that's been going on. They just change it. They just tweak it a little bit, but it's the same thing. So when it comes to Bill, I think I don't. Okay, I don't think Bill is completely. And I know we're gonna get back to the audio. Y'all hold on. Rock with us. We debating here. That's what we have here. That's what we talking about. We're discussing things. But I think Bill did a lot of the things that other people that time did. You get me? So I don't think he should have been the one to face the prison time and stuff like that.
No,
But
I
the
don't.
others didn't.
I
Right.
don't. I don't think that that's fair. That when everybody participated,
Right. Right.
when
The
you
other.
participate, you're an acting participant.
Right.
So that means you had a choice, and you
Mm-hmm.
decided to go with the decision that was made. You can't.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Mm-hmm.
like saying a female meet a guy and she won't go to the bar and she leave with the guy and she want to have sex with him and she have sex with him, right? And she
Mm-hmm.
find out later on that he has a girlfriend and a wife. Then she gonna report it to the police that she was SA'd.
Prime example. Great, great.
That's the same
Look,
thing.
great analysis. Yes, great comparison. Same thing. Same thing. And we do know that there were certain things that Bill was working on acquiring that they didn't want him to have. There were certain things that he did have, such as land, that they wanted from him, and
Hmm.
he wasn't settling.
That's
You
why
get
they
me?
was got the bill. That's why they was on his neck. Whenever
Exactly.
you got something that they want, or you hip to something that they did and they owe you, end up incarcerated or unalive.
Yes.
Look
Yes.
at Diddy.
Say
Look at R. Kelly.
prime
I'm
example.
not saying that they innocent, But look at them.
Right, right. Yeah. I'm definitely not saying they're innocent. I'm definitely not saying that. We're just saying that, there was things that happened for. Okay, so the same things that they're facing, and I'll get back to the audio after that. I know people like get there, but the same thing that they got in trouble for, those
Other
people
people are
who
doing it
exactly other
actively,
people are
and it's
doing it.
still presently as we speak.
Yeah, it hasn't stopped. It hasn't stopped. But this is why we do what we do now, because we're trying to prevent that from continuing. That I'm sure there's people that tune in to us that's either aspiring to get in the industry, or they know people that want to get in the industry, or they may even have children that want to get in the industry, and we've got to let them know. Like for
Mm-mm.
instance, my wife
I
didn't
don't
know any of
recommend
this
nobody
stuff.
put a kid in the industry. Wait till they of at least 14 or 15 years old. And if you do let your kid participate in the industry, make sure you're present at every event that they have to go to.
And that's how we gonna end that right there. That you hit the nail right on the head. And that's what we're doing it for. In addition to the culture, because this is our culture too. When I say our, I don't mean just black people, y'all, that's in here. I mean, white people grew up listening to hip hop in the '90s and this and R&B and stuff in the '90s too. And so this is what we grew up on. This is our culture. And just to find out that it was completely crazy stuff going on, we got to bring this to light. Raj didn't do any. PP Hatter. Nothing happened to him. He's just speaking on how Diddy really is. Now he's talking about Bill Cosby, just things like that. He's just breaking it down for us.
Know what we went through as the people, and you're going to do that. You're going to deliberately walk past. You see us begging just for attention, and you're going to smoke your cigar and walk in front of us, letting us know
You're
I
welcome.
don't see you.
Thank you for joining us here.
You
What's the
talking?
difference in you and the KKK? What's the difference?
We love TikTok Shop. TikTok Shop is
You
great.
speaking in reference
I
to
don't know
black
if y'all
people?
know or not, but I did buy my daughter some perfume from TikTok Shop. It's really great. It's really great. Make sure
Is it
you
the
all go on my
Arabian
page
perfume?
and take a look at it. Huh?
Is it the Arabian perfume? Because they got a lot of good oils and perfumes up there.
No, this is the it looks like a little popsicle, but it's the Rio Sweet Crush.
I have that one.
You
I
got
have
it?
that one.
Okay, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. See, TikTok Shop. See, we use y'all. Stay off our
Hmm.
necks, okay? And Raj, if you cannot say that again, it'll be great.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Are you speaking in reference to black people when you say just
Not
leaving
him
us sit
saying I'm
behind?
sorry.
Oh, I'm not. No, that's
You heard him say I'm
Right.
sorry,
Bill
right?
Cosby.
Look,
What he
just say the three letters.
He said I'm sorry. Oh,
what
you
Bill
hear us,
Cosby
right?
did. Well, yeah,
Right.
yeah, oh, yeah. Reference to black people. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
okay.
What he did to as young black men, he's an elder of the business. He should have given us the words of encouragement, man.
I agree.
But he's just like I mean, like I said, and only on the set of the piece of the action, because Sidney Poitier was loving me so much. Now Sidney was giving me so much love, and he said, "Hey, Bill, aren't you proud of him?" And he had to come over because Sidney is pulling
I
him
love
into
Sidney
it.
Poitier. He's one
Yeah,
of
I
my
like
favorite
But
Sidney.
black
oh
male
man, and I
actors
know
too.
another young lady that he did. She didn't go to the police. I have a friend. Went to Spelman and all that. She said, yeah, he tried, but she could not believe it. She looked at him as like this black father figure, and he trying to get in their clothes. So it is a lot of
Well,
women that won't speak up. He did it, and the black men should stop that mess too. Oh, he was trying to buy NBC. Are you that stupid? How in the hell, if I write you the check, I gave you the check, Bill Cosby. You gonna take the check I gave you and buy me?
Hmm.
If I get, that's how
mm,
stupid these people say. Oh, the reason they did that, see, he was trying to buy NBC, butthole. How in the hell can he buy NBC? They gave him the check.
Raj,
no, it was
no,
the land, wasn't it?
no, no, Raj.
Brave reason not
I'm
to.
gonna respectfully disagree with that.
Disagree. Yeah,
I'm gonna respectfully disagree with that. Now,
yeah.
I don't know how far deep in you are, but like I said, when it comes to especially BLK celebrities, that we know of that have been unalived or incarcerated, it's due
Mm-hmm.
to something else deeper than they use a lot of these women out here to be the forefront and the cover of what's really going on.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
So I'm going to I'm going to respectfully have to decline, even though NBC wrote the check for him, right? That don't mean he can't take it back and be like, you know what, I want to use this money you gave me to buy y'all out. That's
Well,
actually smart to do because you're not using your money, you're using the money that they gave you
is
to buy them
recouping.
back.
Right. Right. Well,
So you're
it's
not
just,
really
it's again,
investing your own personal
it, the
funding.
same as Diddy. It's the same as they put him on with the liquor company, but then he was wanting more money. He pretty much overstepped the middleman and tried to get his own deal.
And it's the same thing with Jay-Z as well. Mr. Camel. He
Mr.
did
Camel,
kind of like, yeah, the same thing because he looked like the camel on a cool
the
the
cigarette,
Marlboro pack. Is that the
yeah,
Marlboro pack? Yeah, he looked just like that camel. I don't care what nobody say. With
he
hair.
do, he do.
Um he did the same thing Diddy did.
Hmm.
He
Hmm.
did the exact same thing.
Yeah,
So
Camel
they
Joe
on his
Camel.
neck a little bit too.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. Like, so it's really the same thing. All it is recycle. It's just presented in a different way, or it's a different thing that's done. I I even when we talk about NBC, Felicia Rashad already said that she was his co-star on the Cosby Show. She already said he was trying to buy it. There was something to do with where his house, the land that his house is on, that they wanted to acquire as well.
Wasn't
So
it something like a oil mine
yeah,
or
that's what
something
I
like
heard.
that underneath his house? And they wanted
Allegedly the oil.
him, yes,
Hmm.
they wanted him to
Hmm.
sell, and he
He
denied
declined.
selling the home. He declined to sell the property to them. And then not only did he decline to sell the property to him, he tried to take the money from NBC and buy NBC Network from them. So it's like,
Yeah.
oh, okay. You tried it.
Hmm. Same thing with Michael
We're gonna
Jackson.
collab together and get you in. Yeah, same thing with Prince.
Hmm. You get me?
Same thing with Whitney. It's a lot of
Yeah,
them.
cuz.
It's a lot of them. Same thing with Left Eye. You know,
Yeah.
if you try
Hey,
to expose them in any form of
hey, Rita.
fashion, right? And you sat at their table or ate the scraps from their table, as I should say.
Right.
Um, they feel like, how dare you bite the hand that feeds you? And you're gonna pay the consequence. Now we're gonna punch your number.
Hmm. Yep. You're not playing your position that we put you in, because you got to understand you're not even supposed to be in this. You know what I mean? And so we gave you a position or a seat at the table. You're being disrespectful by not doing what we told you to do. And so when you overstep that and you think you're bigger than the operation, it's what happens. Just like in wrestling, I'll go back to wrestling. Right, Rap God Thanos, a prominent billionaire, absolutely right. Now, just like in wrestling, when we have what we call a greenhorn, and Jenny, you'll know, you've been around the wrestling business too, but a greenhorn is somebody new that's in the industry, and this happens more times than not. A lot of people that get in the industry, they want to do what they see on TV, every what Monday night, um, uh, Friday night. I think, yeah, that's when WWE comes on. Yeah, and or AEW on Wednesdays, and TNA on Thursday, so on and so forth. But they want to get in there and emulate what they saw on TV. But there is a pecking order. You understand? So, like, you're not going to come in the business and tell somebody what you want to happen in a match, or what you're going to do, and what you bet, and they've been in it for 2 decades longer than you. What's typically going to happen, and I can say this because I have been a part of this, I have had to let people understand how the business go. But what's going to end up happening is that by the end of that match, we're going to have to send somebody out the back, a team out the back, and have them give you some smelly salt or something and wake you up and tell you where you went wrong at. Because you're not going to remember, because you're going to have your brains pretty much stomped out of you. So it's the same thing with this right here. It's just, it's all entertainment. So if they allow you to come in this industry and be profitable, and I mean, they set you up with the top, one of the top tiers. You're getting the top roles. You're getting the most gross earning roles in movies and TV shows and all. And they investing all this money in you, and then you think you are bigger than the operation. Yeah, they got something for you.
Yeah, you ain't bigger than the program.
No,
You're just one of the wires that we use to make the cord.
that's all it is. This and look, the sooner they know that, the better off they'll be. So now what we're seeing now when it comes to Diddy is the fact of he thought he was bigger than the program. He had gotten away with so much. These people that put him in this position knew what he was doing. They partake in the same things. So that's not nothing new. But what's going on is you try to overstep your boundaries. You try to go behind our back and you try to make your own deal with the plug. Now, those of you who come from the street know what I mean by the plug. You gonna go to the plug and cut your own side deals. Nah, nah.
Trying to
You
cut out
you
the
you you
middleman, so you trying to cut us out. Okay, so now we gonna cut you out altogether.
exactly. Oh yeah. You gonna face your consequence. No cover, no cover, man. No. So
If I gave you 400 million or $1 billion, how much do I have? Oh, they were angry. That didn't bother. He was his own. Again, they used what you have. He had. It wasn't drugs. His thing was sex.
again,
So
TikTok Shop
they
is
let him
great.
build it up.
Go and make your place an order
You
with
know,
TikTok Shop.
girl after girl, woman after woman, woman after woman after, and then it all hit. And you got 50 some women, everybody wrong. And I know personally of a young lady who went through it. And you didn't have to do that, man. You're a handsome guy. You don't have to drug women to have sex with them, and won't own up to it.
Tick.
Not
All right,
still
look.
won't say he did none,
Hold
not
on, hold
one.
on, hold on, y'all. Pause. I'm gonna go to my moderators. Do we need to come off of this and go to the next segment? Because it seems like,
Yes, because he's gonna
oh
keep
yeah, yeah. Okay. So hip hop news uncensored. Let's give it up to them. Thank you for that content. Thank you, Mr.
well, they
Thomas.
got hip hop news uncensored. That's why they don't have a censored version.
Nah,
Yeah,
no,
that
they
then
don't.
yeah,
So
no.
I tell you guys what, we don't gatekeep information. If you want to see the video, message myself or one of my two mods right here. Let message us, say you need the link. You can go and watch it yourself. We are going to move on to the second segment because we want to keep our platform. All right. So let's just move on past that. And before we get started, we need a PSA on that. So let's go ahead and do our PSA real quick. We have 20 donuts as the gifting goal for this broadcast right now. We got 4. We need 16 more donuts. Keep double tapping the screen. Keep sharing out the live. You've got it up to 30.2K. I appreciate that. Thank you so much for tapping that screen. We've got, what is it, 81 people in here? I think that's what that says. I can't really see. I think it's 81. But thank you all for joining us. You could have been anywhere else. You're here. Thank you. We appreciate it. Your presence is a gift to us, and it's a gift that we are grateful for. Now, for the second segment, we are going to go into Gene Deal. We're going to talk about Gene Deal right here. Let's give a little backstory on Gene Deal for those who don't know. He was once the bodyguard for Diddy. Um, he's been talking, y'all. He's been talking long before we had the documentary. Long Alex Peggy said, "My guy, I know, right? I respect Big Gene. A lot of people say he's probably knows more. He probably participated in all of it. Okay, I don't know that, so I'm not gonna follow them through there. What I do know is He's been saying these things long before anybody else pretty much came out. Big Mel said he's from St. Louis too, the hometown. Yeah, he's from the Lou. Absolutely. So, and he's real, man. To me, he's real. And so the problem we have here is you have Mace and Cameron. They have their show, and apparently, I don't know. I don't really watch it. I'm gonna be honest. I don't watch this show, but apparently they was talking about him on their broadcast. He caught wind of it or found out about it, and so the title says Gene Deal sends shocking warning to Mace and Cameron. He's not playing. I haven't watched it. I don't know. I can't tell you what he's saying, anything like that. So we're going to hopefully it's formatted to where we can listen to it and not have to stop it. But let's get into it. Video credit goes to Rap Redefined.
These clowns out here was gonna go out there and make videos.
I just want to go home. I just want to be home.
Mace, say names.
Yeah, security crime behind the car.
Damn. People look at me as being bad boy security.
Yeah, this blanket. You're like, what?
Oh, Gene Deal was crying for the blanket. Gene Deal was this, that, and the Gene Deal was this, that, and the third.
But he there for security.
What you think I'm gonna be doing when you doing all that to Gene Deal? I bet you really don't want to know.
The internet woke up to chaos when Gene Deal, Mace, and Cameron suddenly found themselves locked in a heated back and forth that nobody saw coming. What started as jokes on a mic flipped into something way more serious, way more personal, and way more uncomfortable for everyone watching.
You want to say something, Mace? Tell us why you didn't go. Mace, why you didn't go to the party? Mace, why you didn't go to the party?
Party? Because I was in a hotel with Brandy.
Why you didn't go?
Man, if y'all could see Gene Deal's face right now in this video, if you could text somebody a punch, it looked like he would have text Mace a combo right now. The way he looking, like I'm actually thankful that Mace is on the phone and not in front of him right now. The way he looking, because he looked like he is ready to knock the spirit out of Mace. I'm talking about it'll be skin, bone, and spirit. I mean, skin, skeleton, and spirit. That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. Jenny said you can hear the anger. Yeah, his face. I mean, it's Botox ain't this tight. He like, listen, man. The greatest thing that happened to Mace is that he wasn't around Gene Deal at this moment.
Brandy told you, you told me that Brandy told you, let's go to the party. Why you didn't go to the party?
I didn't go to the party because
You and look, y'all, he's so mad. And Gene, you know you my dog, but Gene's so mad right here, y'all. He looked like Charleston White with two good eyes. That's just how mad he looked right now. I ain't even lying. Y'all can see it yourself. Y'all, yeah, Lord, he big mad. He big mad. Like, woo-wee. Mace, brother, bro, ham. It's like you got me crying, laughing. Yes, man, he looked like Charleston White with two good eyes, and he looking up. So that's why I say the two good eyes, because you know Charleston White, no shade, but you know, if y'all know, you know, man. Y'all got to see this video.
all y'all seem like snakes, and I'm not going to.
Oh, so Mace, who told you, Mace, didn't I tell you? Listen to him, Mace. Did I tell? Let's keep it 100. When you was riding around,
Let me answer.
Go ahead.
Let me answer the question. You guys was the security. If somebody shot the biggest rapper in the world, why y'all didn't shoot back? Y'all had guns?
Mace, let me ask you something. I'm gonna get to that. Mace, one question. When you was riding around Cali with Stevie J, didn't I pull you to the side and say, what the fuck is you doing in a drop top Benz riding around with Stevie J around Cali? Did I say that to you? Did I say that?
I think Mace just need to sit this one out. I think we need to provide Mace the same advice we gave to Christian Combs when he was talking about slapping 50 or doing a celebrity boxing match against 50. To sit this one out. I mean, way out. I mean, like way out. And I really don't understand why Mace is acting this way. Because if I remember correctly, and I might have the lyrics wrong, but it's along the lines. Even Cameron said on the song when he was talking "Welcome to New York City," he said when the song he did with Jay-Z, Cameron did with Jay-Z, he talked about Mace. He said we bam with them Bama's clips with the like bananas or something. It's hot here. As Mace, he ran to Atlanta. He already said you wasn't gangster enough to stay in Harlem. You ran to Atlanta, which don't come down. We don't need you here. We good where we at. We don't. So, my little brother in here, he said, Mace, look at look at me right here. Snaps fingers. Hey, no. My KH boy, Kevin Hart boy, no. Leave that one alone. Look, you right, little brother. Listen, I'm surprised. It looked like, no doubt, it looks like Gene Deal gonna have a vessel pop in the side of his head. How mad he look right now. No lie.
To you, Mace? That's some.
Now we got a commercial.
Banter or throwback humor. This felt raw, emotional, and loaded with years of unresolved tension. It all kicked off when Mace and Cameron were chopping it up on their show, cracking jokes the way they usually do. The problem is, this time they went somewhere different. They joked about the night the notorious Big was murdered, a moment that still sits
We love
heavy
TikTok
in
Shop
hip-hop
again.
history.
TikTok Shop is
And
the
they took
best.
shots at Gene Deal for not reacting violently that night.
I was actually in a hotel with a young lady.
And when you heard this information, what was your next actions?
My next actions? After what?
When you heard Biggie died, did you stay in your hotel room? Did you leave out? Did you want to go back to New York?
I actually was trapped in a hotel.
Now I want to ask a question. What do you mean trapped?
It was about probably like 70 or so
Exactly.
bloods in the
Exactly,
hallway.
Big
I
Mel.
couldn't even leave my room.
I'm about to call you
How'd you
Big
get
Gene. I'm so mad at Mace, man. Yeah, you're right.
Why
Exactly.
would it be 70 bloods in your hallway after Biggie Smalls died?
Actually, after Big got killed, they was probably looking for more bad boy artists. And I couldn't even leave the room to Gene Dill, the officer had to come get me.
Now, this is another disrespect right here because he just admitted he couldn't leave the room until Big Gene came and got him. So Gene served as a protector for him, security for him, and allowed him to get out of there. Now listen, me and my big brother, Murder One. That's his. It's a wrestling name. It's a ring name. TikTok. All right. I'm not telling nobody to do it. That's his ring name. All right. So when we were younger and we was part of a family, a street family, him and I got jumped by 6 Slav or ops. We got jumped by 6 ops. All right, so it's 2 of us and it was 6 of them, and they jumped us. So now, if he's saying that there was 70 outside of the room he was in with Brandy, come on now. If it wasn't for Gene, you wasn't gonna make it out of there. So why are you sitting here disrespecting that man like that? Not to mention, as tall as Big Gene is, he could carry Mace like a little infant. Just because the man knees hurt from playing basketball and stuff like that, man, don't. Come on, Mace. Come on, Mace.
To them, it sounded like edgy humor. To a lot of listeners, it felt disrespectful, reckless, and way out of bounds. And let's be clear, Gene Deal isn't just some random name in hip-hop history. Gene was Biggie's close friend and longtime security, someone who lived that moment, survived it, and carried that weight for decades.
Who went out there and they start running off by their mouth, trying to make airways and trying to make a show. Here go a grown-ass man, Mace and Cameron, made suggestions to Bad Boy Security. These clowns out here was gonna go out there and make videos. When you do stuff like that, you gotta know right now.
Big Mel said the Slavs
people look
playing
at me
that
as
pew
being
pew.
Bad
You're
Boy
right.
Security.
They was on. They work for the LAPD.
As soon as that dropped, you got 5 or 6 out there. Oh, Gene Deal was crying for the blanket. Gene Deal was this, that, and the. Gene Deal was this, that, and the third.
And the next part of his message was deeply disturbing.
You feeling good today?
You already know, Mace. When you doing all that stuff to Gene Deal, what do Gene Deal supposed to be doing while you doing all that? I bet you really don't want to know. What you think I'm going to be doing when you doing all that to Gene Deal? They can play if they want to, but if they know what I know, they better find somebody else to play with. I never had to tell Big Nim keep it a buck. I never had to tell Big Nim I told Big to his face, if you go to this party tonight, one of y'all gonna die. Some people gonna die if you go to this party tonight.
So when those clips went viral, it didn't take long for people to start tagging Gene, sending him messages,
Big
waiting
Mel
to
all
see
day.
how he'd react. And trust, Gene did not laugh it off. Gene Deal came back with a response that flipped the whole mood instantly. No jokes, no smiles, no playful energy, just straight intensity. He made it clear that he didn't appreciate his name being played.
Thank you, Dev. I appreciate it.
Tied to a night that changed
I didn't think
his
I could
life
mute the
forever.
mic fast
Gene
enough.
didn't
I'm glad
yell,
I did.
But his words hit heavy. He warned Mace directly, telling him to stand firm in his words if he really meant what he said.
All right, we got a commercial. Real quick.
That whole conversation and make it seem like, so Gene, why you didn't shoot? Listen to me.
How you doing, Deb?
Because Big wasn't my principal. And he knew the fact that we had blew the light and we was halfway down the block, crossed the light, and then when the first shot went off, our driver took straight off. I'm screaming at our driver because he was told that somebody was pointing a gun at Big Nim. He should have just threw the car in reverse. He knew
said
the
pew
whole
pew. He meant pew
story,
pew.
my man. Because me and him had a conversation on the phone. He the one told me, well, I was in the room with Brandy, and Brandy was trying to get me out the room to come to the party. So I felt that was kind of weird. So she said Brandy was calling me trying to get me out the room to come to the party. Well, you
So
was in
was she
the room
part
with
of the
Brandy.
setup? Is that what you
How
said?
she calling you to try to get you out the room to come to the party? You know what I'm saying?
Ah,
this is going
good
through my
point.
mind. But Mace knew the whole situation. Mace knew that it's no way possible that I was able, being sideways in the car, because Puff, when I got in the car, Puff had put his seat back. Now I'm
His story has
sideways
never
in the car
changed.
like this, and I'm cussing him out like, yo, man, what the f is you doing? Why you got your seat back like this? We hear the shot, bow. Puff put his head down. I go to open the door. Kenny flies, going straight. So he knew the whole story. What I supposed to do? Put my gun out the window and just start shooting like this? When the car had already turned the corner, it came out of parking space. So he knew the story, bruh. He was trying to just divert the attention of, why security? So ask security, ask Big security, ask Paul, ask the LAPD. The LAPD officer that was right there, they was right behind. Paul was
Big Mel
outside the
said
car.
Brandy and
Why
Mace
didn't they
was dating
shoot?
at the
Why
time.
would we turn back around and come down the
and
street?
they did that.
They way down
That's
the
when
block.
they was doing that song.
They coming back. When
Sitting
we
on
get
top
back
of
to
the
the
world.
car, when we get back to the car,
Jeannie said
nobody's
Katie
in Big's
said they
car.
gave you a
But
hammer.
Big, Mace knew this. Me and Mace had
Cat
this conversation.
said they
Him and
gave you a
Tone
hammer.
is like this. He knew me and Tone jumped in the car
Rita
and
said,
chased
"Oh
after the
wow."
guy. We couldn't catch him.
Cheeky said,
He
"Yeah."
wanted to divert the attention from himself because why didn't you tell Big that these dudes was trying to get at you, bruh? You had that conversation with with Puff, but you ain't had that conversation with Big. Big was your label mate. So people come on and talk, why you ain't shoot?
Okay. We got to put Big Mel. We got to put something in context for the people. We got to put it in context for the viewers. Let's start here. Big didn't like Mace. Big did not like Mace. So if you ask me, that's probably why Mace didn't tell Big anything. Because they didn't like it. He knew Big didn't like him. In fact, and I'll say Smirk. So one of the things that Big said was how you change your name from Smurda Mace to just Mace. You know, I you know why people saying why he didn't like him. I don't know the for sure reason why he didn't like him, but if I had to guess, he probably felt like he wasn't one of the strongest member in the Junior Mafia rap group. You know, I think he really only liked C's, uh, C's, and Lil Kim. And I don't know if there was anyone else in there. He may have. I'm not sure. But another thing, excuse me, another thing is that prior to the situation, the pew pewing happening or the unaliving happening to Big, Mace was already out playing ball and stuff in LA and knew these people had already gotten at him prior days before this was to go down. And they told him that they didn't need to be out there. Bad boy. That's what Gene means by you went and told Puff, but you didn't tell Big. Why you didn't tell Big? That's your label mate. So yeah, Unique Mecca Audio called from the belly of the beast and told Big Gene and them that they needed to vest up. But the people out there had already told Mace, and I forgot who Mace was with. But they were playing basketball and they was riding around, I think said in a convertible, and they were told they didn't need to be out there. They would you see what I'm saying? So the Mason the Locks was the best lyricist on Bad Boy. Kiss confirmed Big was not worried. He wanted to be in Cali. I don't know. I mean, I know he said he liked Cali, but I also have heard that he wanted to be in London. I know that Chive Davis had it set up for the promotional thing for him to be in London, and so that was part of the reason why Chive got upset with Diddy because Diddy prevented him from going to London after Chive had already invested all that money. I've also heard from I'm thinking it's Cap too, Big Mel, because even DJ Clark Kent said that Big didn't want to be out there. Kirk Burrows has already said he didn't want to be out there. Like I said, Chive Davis wouldn't have got mad at Diddy if he didn't want Big in London. So again, I think he didn't want to be out there. I think he did want to go to London. In fact, we just listened, what was it, a few days ago, we just heard Keith Murray say, Big asked him, should I go to London? So if he wanted to be in LA, I'm just using my mind. If he wanted to be in LA, he wouldn't have asked anybody should he go to London. He wouldn't have been thinking about London if he wanted to be in LA. That's just my thought. Thank you for the heart, me. I appreciate that, Precious Peachy. That's just my thought. But I want to put it out there. Big didn't like Mace. So when Gene says why you didn't tell Big, and that's supposed to be your label mate, I think. Thank you for the donut. I appreciate that, Simply Kim. We need 10 more. We're halfway there, y'all. We need 10 more donuts to hit that goal. We have 89 people in here. We got 54 plus 2K likes. Let's keep double tapping the screen. Let's bless that gift and goal, please. If you're able, bless my panelists over here as well. But that's just what I think. It's probably why he didn't say anything. Now, we'll go a step further before we get back to the audio. We'll go a step further that even when Big Gene did go to them and tell them the call he got from Unique Mecca Audio, that they were going to come for him that night, nobody took him serious. And in fact, if I remember correctly, Big Gene says that Diddy told him, Gene, you ain't got to go if you don't want to go. Which, if you stop and think about it, that's probably how Diddy would have preferred it because it would have made the setup easier. Now, Do I know for a fact Diddy set Notorious B.I.G. up? I don't know for a fact. But do I feel like it? Yes. I'll tell you something else that stands out. And my little brother is right here. He'll tell you too. He's been a promoter in the wrestling business as well. When you promote shows, you putting signs up in places. If you've got stickers, you're putting stickers in places. If you're promoting something like they were doing here, we know that Big's album was about to drop. The second album was about to drop. So there was stickers on the tire, on the hubcaps of the vehicle he was in, but nobody else's. If I'm trying to promote something, I'm going to put it on multiple vehicles because I want multiple people to see it. And if you're going on the east side and I'm going on the north side and Susie going on the south side and Will going to the west side, I still need that on y'all cars because that's more promotion. More eyes is on the project that we got coming up. But if I need somebody to know that you are the target and you are in a specific vehicle, I'm only going to tag the vehicle you in and I'm going to let the person know the vehicle that got this on it is what he's in. Is what she's in. So that way, no mistakes allowed. When you see that vehicle, you know that's the target.
Listen to me, bro. At that time, I was young, dumb, and full of cum. Anybody who really knows me know that they ain't got to worry about nothing. If it comes to the point where gunplay has to be a part of my security, I'm not going to hesitate because I never bodyguard anybody that I wasn't willing to lay down my life.
Smart founders know something most people miss.
All right, it's a commercial. Big Mel.
What's up, G?
Talk to me, brother.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is that, as well, Mace and Stevie J was out, in LA with a drop top, driving around Compton.
Thank you.
And that's when Gene said, bro, why you out here like that? Don't you know that these boys will peel your head to the white meat? What you doing out here in a drop top with Stevie J?
See?
And you got other dudes that was in the street that, in Compton, they said, yeah, Mace and stuff was driving around Compton and all that. You know what I'm saying? They was moving around out there. Except Big, he went to the award show, like the Soul Train Awards and everything like that. But after that, he just stayed in his room the whole time. And the only time he decided to go to a club was the night he got unalived. But Puff and D-Rock and everything was going out to clubs, going out doing meetings and stuff like that together and everything while Big just stayed back.
And now, since you brought that up, brother, wouldn't you think that seems like they were out there basically gloating at the fact that Pac had just been unalive and now they're on his coast or on his side? Doesn't it seem like they're showboating a little bit?
Yeah, like, haha, we got your mans. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
It's the reason why, Von Zip, it's the reason why Von Zip had connections with Keefy D because, they were kingpins. So they was exchanging rugs together and stuff like that. And Suge was trying to run down on Puff for what happened in 1994. And Suge got scared. And Puff was like, how I'm gonna move around LA. I get money out there too. I do business all over. You know what I'm saying? And Von Zip said, I got you, bro. So I'm gonna talk to a dude that I had, rug connection with, Keefy D. He associated with the Southside Crips, his nephew and all of them. So he put the Southside Crips on Puff when they go out on the West Coast. And the reason why Mecca Audio had, knew that something was about to happen because he was locked up in LA. He was locked up on the West Coast. He was in prison on the West Coast. And he heard dudes, and a lot of dudes are gang members and all that from the street in LA. And he heard the conversations like, bro, they finna get them bad boy dudes. I heard they out here. And everybody knew in LA because they were promoting it on radios and everything, radio stations and all that. So everybody was pulling up. That's why they shut it down, because it got overpacked.
You got overcapacity. Yeah. You're right. I appreciate that, but y'all W Big Mel in the live. And to your point, because again, we've always said that if we stop for a minute and go back and pay attention to these lyrics, they're already telling us. Well, a lyric comes to mind. What did Big say? My team in the marine blue. That's Crip color. I know because Crip is our cousin from street family. I was 7'4". So that's how I'm saying, like, for people, some people who think that it's a lie or people think we're up here just overreacting or going to the extreme. Some things you just got to know, and when you hear it, it'll all click. It'll all make sense. Just as we said before, if you know about the secret society and you know the emblems and symbols, you can pick it up anywhere. I don't care if you're watching TV. I don't care if you're watching a movie. Like I told you, I can watch a movie and see the numbers and know it could be on a clock. It could be a jersey number. If it's a sports movie, it could be a jersey number. You can pick it up. You know what to look for. If you don't, it's going to sound like somebody is being paranoid. It's going to seem like they are just like spazzing out or just overdoing it. But no, you just got to know what to look for. You got to know what to hear for. You see what I'm saying?
And you know,
if I come on here and I ask you, if I ask y'all, what was lost when the people came and tried to get Queen Sheba? A lot of y'all are going to be like, what is he talking about? Okay, but if you from that family, if you from the same family I am, the street family, you gonna tell me, and I can't say it on here because I get myself in trouble, but you'll know. It'll make sense. You get me? If you out in public, hold on one more second, Big Mel. I got you. If you out in public, you hear somebody say, "Oh nut," you don't know what that means, right? But I will. It's the same goal that y'all help clear out. Thank y'all. What was you saying, Big Mel?
My bad. Yeah, I'm passionate about this stuff. I love the culture. I love hip hop and everything like that. But and as well too, you know, Puff, y'all, you could go look this up. You know, Bad Boy used to drop like volume 1, volume 2, like summer mixtapes and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, it's a video. I don't know if it could have been volume 3 maybe or volume 2. And Puff played the Hit 'Em Up video. And he gave his reaction about it and called Tupac a bitch, and he's an actor, and he was clapping like, give it up for Tupac's record, actor. And he was like, yeah, we got hitters out here too. And all this talking crazy, bro. You know, he really disliked Tupac. And the reason why he was talking big and gangster like that, people, I don't know if people know, you know, Von Zip is Puff's godfather. You know that, right?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, yeah, you know, Von Zip used to run with the dad and stuff back in the day. You know, so yeah, Von Zip is Puff's godfather. So either way you put it, you know what I'm saying? He thought he was invincible and tough because he had Von Zip as his godfather, and he had people like Wolf. And Von Zip introduced Wolf to Puff. So all his street intel came from Von Zip because his connections in the street. He was considered a legend, an OG, all of that.
And so do you think that Puff wanted to have that same clout or that same kind of pull?
Yeah, it makes sense because look at the documentary how he said he wanted to be like Alpo.
Mm-hmm.
He wanted to be that type. He wanted to have the fly girls. He wanted to, you know, have dudes scared of him and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? He wanted dudes to bow down to him. How a lot of dudes, you know, bow down to a lot of these dudes in the street back in the day because they was getting all the money, and a lot of dudes was making millions in the street. Like Von Zip was making millions in the street, had every girl you could think of, had every car you could think of, had the pizzazz, you know. And he's originally from Mount Vernon, but he wanted to put Harlem. Mm-hmm. He wanted to put Harlem because of the pizzazz. It fitted his persona. Because Harlem dudes is known for being fly and getting girls, getting money and stuff like that, you know. So he wanted to
had like the pimp thing going.
Yeah.
That's why Big Mel, boy. Big Mel. I'm telling y'all, Big Mel in the live. Knowledgeable on it. He's researching on it. He knows. Niece, I love and miss you. We should catch a basketball game together. We did football. We gotta catch basketball. So I know you don't probably care about basketball too much. But it's just the time spent. But I'm glad you put that on the table, Big Mel, because you know it's a lot of things that don't be talked about that can add context to what's going on and give people a better view of it. You see what I'm saying?
Something that felt real. What made Gene's response even more unsettling was the tone. This wasn't internet clout chasing. This sounded like someone who felt disrespected on a deep level. Gene basically said that talking reckless about real trauma comes with consequences. Not online beef, but real life tension. That's when people realized this wasn't entertainment anymore. This was about honor, pain, and lines that shouldn't be crossed. Cameron, known for his slick talk and Harlem confidence, hasn't fully responded yet, but fans already know his reputation.
Just can't tell me nothing.
And the second top artist in the world, which is Mace, about to be number one. That's what I'm saying. I wonder his face because I'm like, if y'all let him do that to Big, I don't stand it.
Cam doesn't usually back down, and he's never been shy about defending himself verbally. But this situation is tricky. This isn't a rap battle or a social media roast. This involves history, loss, and a murder that still has unanswered questions.
He said
that
smurder.
makes every word dangerous. The hip-hop community immediately split into sides.
Everybody trying to go viral.
No, let's be honest. Let's keep it $150. Cam know Big Gene ain't no joke. Cam says, hey, look, Mace, if you want to go on out there and you want to do that to yourself, be my guest. But I'm not. You know, I think that's why Cam ain't saying nothing. And I ain't mad at him. Like, I mean, he's smart.
Everybody trying to go viral. Everybody trying to go viral out here.
Some people said Gene Deal had every right to feel disrespected, arguing that jokes about that night were tasteless no matter who made them. Others felt Mace and Cam were just doing what they always do, talking wild on a mic without malicious intent. But intent doesn't erase impact, and that's where things got messy fast. What really added fuel to the situation was how fast the clip spread. TikTok, Instagram, X, everywhere you looked, people were replaying the jokes and Gene's response back to back. The contrast was jarring. One moment laughter, the next moment a serious warning that made people uncomfortable. That's when fans realized this could spiral if someone says the wrong thing next. And let's not ignore the timing. Hip-hop is already in a sensitive place when it comes to legacy, respect, and accountability.
Thanks.
People are re-examining old stories, old jokes, and old behaviors. So when a moment like this happens, it hits harder than it would have years ago. Gene Deal's message tapped into that bigger conversation about who gets to joke about what and at what cost. Right now, nobody knows how this ends. Will Mace respond directly? Will Cameron jump back in with jokes or take a serious tone? Or will this quietly cool down before it turns into something uglier? One thing is clear. Gene Deal made it known that he's not the one to play with, especially when it comes to Biggie's name. This whole situation is a reminder that hip-hop history isn't just stories and sound bites. It's real lives, real loss, and real scars. And when those scars get poked for laughs, somebody is bound to react.
No doubt.
The internet might love drama, but this one feels like it crossed from viral moment into dangerous territory fast.
Introducing.
Okay. Let's give it up to Rap Redefined. Okay. Here's what. Thank you for the roses. I appreciate it, Shiki. Thank you. I appreciate it. Here's what I want. Okay. Here's my take on it. Cam, if you are friends with Mace, which I believe you are, I think you all have been friends for quite some time now. But if you are a real friend with Mace, and you genuinely care about his well-being, I think this is a good time to pull him to the side and tell him, pipe down. Okay? Pipe down. Big Mel said they've been friends since they were little kids. See? And they grew up in Harlem together, right? Well, originally, Mace is from Jacksonville, Florida, but they ended up moving to Harlem. So they grew up together. Okay. So see now, Big Mel told you. He confirmed it. They've been friends. They are lifelong friends. This is a good time to tell them this. Let's just cool off on that, because one thing I've always seen or gotten from Big Gene, that whole unaliving of Big messes with him. I've heard him even say on a podcast he was on the wrong principle that night. Not meaning he didn't do his job, but saying he wishes that Big was his principal. He would have still been alive today. And I guess on the other side of the coin, he was saying, and then that way it would have been Diddy that got unalived. And I guess he was okay with that. I mean, I can't be mad at him if he is. If that's what he's thinking, I can't be mad at him. That man is entitled to his own thoughts. But yeah, I would definitely do that. I would, as a friend, listen, let's just stick to our podcast. some views aren't important. Whenever your life could be compromised, because I do believe Gene isn't about the play. He would genuinely take. You get me? Especially when it comes to this situation, because I'm telling you all, he is passionate about the unalive and notorious B.I.G. to the point where he even made the comment that when he hears his songs on the radio or in stores when he goes out and about, it bothers him. It's hard for him, and so certain things you just don't play around with, and certain things you can't just joke about, or however old you are, you can't joan nobody on, or anything like that. This is what I say. I think the if let's put this in context. 30 years later, 30 some odd years later, we're still not over Pac and Big's passing. Our community, our culture just hasn't recovered, and so it's certain things you can't joke about. Just like here in Atlanta, you can't joke about the unaliving of Martin Luther King Jr. You can't do it. It won't work out well for you. Big Mill. So that's a fact. High key for sure. Like it's real. That's real delicate. That's delicate. And so certain things you just can't play around with. And those two lives, and not saying, because I want to make sure I make myself abundantly clear, because I don't want y'all to. I'm not idolizing them at all. I'm not doing that. All lives are important, but this is those two unalivings. They they are detrimental to our upbringing. They are detrimental to a point in time where it was like a cultural phenomenon we were experiencing, and they got taken away from us, and then we have nobody that can give us straight answers. We do believe that the police was involved in some shape, form, or fashion, and it's like a cover up. It's always like dangling. It's like they're dangling the proverbial carrot in front of us, and then they take it back when we think we know, or when we could be close to solving something, and then so that's just why I just would leave this alone. This is not cool, and these are two people who could uh, put some kind of, I don't know, context to what happened. And I just don't want to see them get into it. I don't want it to end with another life taken. Big Mel said when they passed, the whole culture shifted. Exactly, it did, and we haven't recovered from we, and I don't think we'll ever recover from that. I
Yep,
don't
hip
think
hop
we'll
is
ever recover from that, because when I got the news that both of them, when they passed away, I know where I was. I know where I was, and I still can identify with the same feeling I had when I heard it. So, and I'm grown now. I was what, 18, 18 and 20, I think. I think I was 20 when Big passed. But yeah. I was a month and a half prior to his passing. I had just turned 20. So, and here I am 28 years later. I know. So we're not past it. Shiki said, "Me too." See, you get me. So that's what it's things that are impactful like that that still affects people nowadays. So we can't play around with that. Mace, Big Mel says you was around the same age as them. Smooth. Yeah. I was only a few years, couple years. No, yeah, a few years younger than them. And so it and I was like I said, I was a teenager, so like this is, and then when I turned 20, but it was a great time. It was a pivotal time in my life. So I remember this, and don't get me wrong, Wu Tang too. So when ODB passed away, that you get me. So that's another one. Like, y'all, let's pray that cooler heads prevail and that nothing bad comes out of this. PSA, y'all, we got the Rosas. Oh, we've already met that goal. Okay, I appreciate it. So it started over. So we have 20 roses up there. Y'all can help us meet that. That'll be great. Let's get cheeky with it. Thank you so much for what you're doing. I see you doing that too, and everybody else that contributed to it. Keep double tapping that screen, y'all. We at 73.4K. Let's see if we can get 100. Let's see if we can get a C note up there. I think y'all can. We got 103 people in here. Let's get a C note on the likes. All right, let's get a C note on that. Also, share out the live, please. Share out the live, y'all. We're doing this work. Now, listen, it wasn't a segment, but I saw it as I was setting up, and I wanted to cover it because let me get him up here real quick because I've had the privilege of conversating with this guy on Instagram, right? Cool guy, and he's also one who was very intricate in our teenage years, in the 90s hip hop era, as he's part of the group. Here, I'm gonna put the group up real quick. Yeah, Naughty by Nature, you know, and so that's Treach. That's Treach. Now we was talking about how delicate it is when it comes to people talking about Biggie and Tupac. We was just talking about that, right? That's right, April. That's Treach. And so the thing about that is, she said, "Love me some OPP." Yeah, that was a classic. That was the very first classic. You were right. Now, in piggybacking off of that, hold on, I have some people in the queue. I'm sorry. Hold on, y'all. We done got to talking. Okay, Astra Hype. I can't bring you up. Andrew, I'm going to accept yours. Hold on one second. And Gladys, I'll accept you too. I typically don't do y'all under 1,000, but I'm going to do it, and I want to let y'all talk.
Smooth, can you draw me? I don't want to mess up your algorithm.
Okay, I got you. Thank you for coming up, brother. I appreciate you.
Right. You're welcome.
Okay. All right. So I guess he's not in. I guess they're gone. Is Gladys still in there? Let's see if Gladys want to come. Hey, Gladys, how you doing? Did you mean to come up?
No, I didn't. I'm sorry.
It's okay. I'll drop you back down. Enjoy the show, okay?
Thank you. I am enjoying it. Thank you so much.
All right. You're welcome. Thank you. Okay. So I put this in because it came across to me as I was setting up that I'm just gonna give you the title. Treach.
Word on the street is Treach from Naughty by Nature
you.
slapped flames out of Jay-Z for dissing his close friend Tupac Shakur after he died. During the infamous Bad Boy versus Death Row beef, Tupac took shots at a bunch of the top NYC rappers at the time. Besides Biggie and Puff, he dissed Nas, Mobb Deep, and Jay-Z. While Mobb Deep clapped back with no subliminals, Jay-Z was known for throwing little jabs without saying any names. When he appeared on Big's I Love the Dough, he spit.
Yeah,
While y'all
big
cats
man.
home screaming the fights on, I'm in the 1,500 seats watching Ty Son. Same night, same fight. But one of us cats ain't playing right. I'll let you tell it. That little snippet was Jay insinuating he was there the night Pac got shot, and he may or may not have had something to do with it. And that little sneak diss supposedly led to Treach putting hands on him.
Now, goes back to what my moderators and I have always told you all, and you would do well to let it sink in, keep it in mind, and never forget. Some of these songs, if you stop and listen to the lyrics, they are telling you, or they are admitting their guilt in things. Now, that particular line that Jay-Z said that in is "I love the dough," and it's him and Biggie Smalls on that song. And I think the lady singing it, she's big in the '80s. Renee and Angela Wimbush. She's singing the chorus on that song. Great song. I mean, the whole album. Life After Death is a classic. Period. But anyways, Jenny said dry snitching in their music. Exact. They telling us. They telling us. And so, shout out to Treach too, man. He's down to earth and cool. I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I was crazy nervous talking to him the first time because what I did, y'all know how I make the little video, right? I get paid from CapCut too. So I was making the little video, a highlight of the show, and I put the music behind it, it feels good. It's Naughty by Nature and 3LW. And so I tagged him in it when I posted it on Instagram. And he put the fire logo on there. And I said, I appreciate it. And he said, you're welcome. Keep doing your thing. Now, listen, he had post other stuff on his page. I would comment on there and he would chime back. You know, I like that because I respect that because that's who I am. Even in wrestling, people come up and see, hey, can I have an autograph? Can I take a picture? Absolutely. Absolutely. And by the way, sis, I got you covered. I got you covered. I kept my word, sis. I have that sent out to you. But that's what I like about him. He's genuine. He don't play, but he's genuine. He cool. He understands. And see, that's when I made the comment in the broadcast previously. I think it was a few days ago, maybe last week sometime. I made the comment at the end of the show where I can be amongst people that sees the glass as half full. I can be amongst people that see the glass half empty, but I'm humble enough as well to be around the people who are just thankful that they got a glass or got a cup. That's him. That's him. He's cool people. So to hear that he smacked fire out of Jay-Z, okay, I'd say Jay-Z deserved it then. You get me? Now, you sitting here saying you was there when Pop got pew-pew, and then you kind of speaking on it as if you trying to disrespect his mans. You must not have listened to Everything Gonna Be All Right. Have you not listened to this man's lyrics? He came from nothing. His mama threw him out. She couldn't afford him. She threw him out. You get me? Yeah, yes. From the incident that happened at the club out in Cali. Shoot, it was him and from what I heard, Big Mel, it was him and Pop back to back, and they held their own in the whole club. Absolutely, Jersey forever, no doubt, man. So, you know, Jay-Z, I mean, you got some people that play gangster, and you got some people that can get gangster. I guess you found out he's the one that can get gangster. All right, so let's just make sure you put that in your look. Well, you got other things going on. You got to worry about your freedom. That I don't know, because I think even though Will been brought up a lot, I don't think you out of the woods at all.
You're being robbed.
No, I'm not. I'm not being robbed. But since we're on Jay-Z, since we're talking about Jay-Z, let's go ahead and let's get into this part. Because as we said, he has his own problems, right, Jay-Z? And it seems as if, okay, that's Jay-Z, y'all. I know he looked like he probably part of the Fushnikins, but that's Jay-Z, all right? So we're going to use that picture right there. And let's listen. It says, shout out to Murad. Y'all know Murad always bring it. But shout out to Murad. But it says, major Rock Nation legal loss. It begins.
So, Jay-Z, Ramir, Lily Coley, there seems to be legal updates, and it's not looking good for Ramir's family, his godmother. It looks like Jay-Z is coming out on top. Hey guys, it's Murad Murali. Hopefully you guys are all doing well today. Daily and consistent content. Click that button and subscribe. Now, Jay-Z has come out on top of following a long legal battle, guys, against Ramir. He's been wrapped up in this for a very long time, demanding DNA tests, and of course, Jay-Z basically has been refusing to do so. Lily Coley's godmother and legal guardian later filed her own lawsuit against Jay-Z. She's lost out in this. She alleged that he dodged DNA tests. She alleged fraudulent liens drove her into bankruptcy. The lawsuit was eventually dismissed with prejudice. The court has read and considered the motion and concluded that it is suitable for decisions without oral argument. The court grants the motion and dismisses the complaint without leave to amend. What that means is, guys, that Lily Coley has basically been given a huge financial bill that she must pay to Jay-Z.
Oh, hold on, y'all. Before we get started, this is the last segment of the day's broadcast. So can we make sure we go ahead and close this goal out? We need 19 more roses. If you haven't subscribed to the channel and you like the content, please subscribe to the channel by clicking this orange heart here. If you've sent heart me's, make sure you click on this orange heart right here by my name and claim your points. You got to do your daily activities, but make sure you claim your points after you send a heart me, leave a comment, and send a gift. Go back and click this orange heart right here and get your points. Claim your points, okay? Also, if you would like to make a donation or anything like that, the CA is in my bio and it bio, and it's right here. My moderator Jenny just posted it right there, okay? And thank you all once again for joining us.
Lily Coley has been ordered to pay Jay-Z roughly $120,000 in legal fees under California's anti-SLAPP statute. The Roc Nation's founder's latest legal win comes after years of denying Ramirez's allegations and calling them part of an alleged decades-long harassment. The fabricated allegations and claims have been addressed and rejected in multiple other courts. So, really bad news for Lily Coley because she recently declared bankruptcy. So how is she even going to pay this? Can she even afford to pay this? Does she have even $120,000 in fees to pay of the legal fees for Jay-Z, let alone she paid for her own legal fees, let alone she was supporting Ramir even emotionally, mentally, or financially. Now, on top of all of that, where she had to pay money for her own family and her own legal stuff against Jay-Z, she now has to pay $120,000, for Jay-Z. This is the issue. She wanted to defend Ramir, so therefore she wanted to file her own separate lawsuit against Jay-Z. When you are coming up against a juggernaut, a multi-billionaire, it is a dangerous game to play. And I think that, she should have thought twice before suing a multi-billionaire when you don't have the funds to back yourself up, because now you're declaring bankruptcy and now you've got $120,000 tax bill on your name. They're going to come for that money, whether it comes for property anywhere, if you can't pay it directly yourself or direct debit, you're basically going to be covering the legal fees for Jay-Z.
Let's give you all a round of applause. Thank you for your love and support. We appreciate it. On behalf of my moderators and I, thank you so much for the love and support.
120K is nothing to Jay-Z, but somebody paying his legal fees for him that's not directly him is a great sigh of relief for him because, for his clients, Meghan and etc., legal fees are being paid for their court issues. So, of course, this is a big sigh of relief for him, and he basically has come out on top of this. Whether he's the real father or not, at this point, the conversation has moved on for me. I don't know what Ramiro is going to do as of right now. Of course, Lily Coley is going to file some motion to appeal this. We're going to expect to see that soon. But yes, roughly $120,000 in legal fees is what she now needs to pay and is ordered to via a judge to Jay-Z. How are you going to get that money?
Let's give it up to Darlene because she has just watched 200 minutes of our live broadcast. Thank you so much for the support.
But this is the end as far as I'm concerned when it comes to this conversation. I'm personally over it. We'll just see what legal files will say as time goes on. But here, I think that Jay-Z's basically come out on top and basically wrap this up in a bow because it definitely was very stressful for him. But it all isn't good news for Roc Nation. So let's slow down. It all isn't good news for Roc Nation. It all isn't good news. It all isn't good news. And I'll tell you why. Because there still is legal back and forth going on between Desiree Perez, the CEO of Roc Nation, the co-CEO, and Demore Hadley. And Demore Hadley has won in a specific court win. Federal judge here has granted Demore's motion to slam and shut down any subpoenas and Roc Nation's CEO's discovery expedition in her daughter's privacy records. That's what they were asking for. They were asking for privacy records of her medical stuff date back for the last 5-10 years, and the judge has basically come forward to deny Roc Nation that. They needed this so that they can build some kind of narrative around it to come for Demore Hadley, and the judge has...
Does anybody know who actor Timothy Busfield is? I don't know that. It's not familiar with me. But in any event, it just came across that he admitted to sexually assaulting people that actors that's not the age of consent. I don't know who that is.
Has basically stopped that completely. January 13th, Magistrate Judge Lauren Felicia Louise granted Demore Hadley's motion to quash this. The defense had argued that Demore had put an issue whether she was taking prescriptions at certain relevant times. So Rock Nation wanted to find out what these prescriptions were and say that, well, she's paranoid. Well, look at the behavior because she's taking these medicine. And the judge was like, hold on now. We know what game we're trying to play, Rock Nation. We're not going to try and make you get into the medical records of your daughter. The fact that Desiree Perez is the fact that they're even caught right now is mad. But for the fact that the mother is trying to find the medical records of the daughter and then use it against her is a sick, nasty world that we live in. They wanted medication logs. They wanted communication about medications. They wanted full prescription history. This is all the stuff they wanted. Date back to 2020. Basically, her entire private medical life. And Demore Hadley has stopped it completely. In previous filings, the defense was even blaming Demore, saying that she was at fault for holding up discovery and not complying by signing away her HIPAA rights. The judge found that went far beyond what was relevant to the case. The judge is shutting down Rock Nation. This wasn't targeted discovery. It was a full-blown privacy, and it was very, very insane.
Can you tell?
Let's get through this commercial real quick, like y'all. She said a series called. Oh, my brother Alex, how you doing? Oh yeah, Alex. I'm glad you also reminded me. Did y'all go in and watch his podcast yesterday?
Try again, but only after, in a very narrow way. And any new subpoenas must be reissued by January 27th. This is huge because the defense overreached, and this basically was confirmed. The judge is enforcing proper discovery.
I heard that's a great thing.
Demore's medical
MVP,
privacy does matter, and the courts won't allow broad medical fishing expeditions. The defense must now play by tight rules, not by their, skimpy rules from what they've been doing. The judge isn't going to allow these very silly requests. Privacy matters, boundaries that exist, and people are going to get checked in court, including Rock Nation. So this was a big loss for Rock Nation in court. So whilst the Ramiro stuff is basically being packed up, because I don't see Ramiro or Lily Coley doing anything right now after they got 120,000 bill, the Demore Hadley Oklahoma stuff is going back and forth, and I believe that the actual civil trial of this will take place in the later quarter of the year, I believe around October. This is when. So this is all heading up to October. We have a Rock Nation lawsuit in October that it just doesn't directly involve Jay-Z. It kind of does because this is the CEO of Rock Nation. If she goes down for this, if she has to pay her daughter, this is not a good look for them, especially PR-wise as well. So there's a lot on the line now when it comes to Demore and Desiree Perez, and I just wanted to give you guys an update to this conversation. It really is crazy what Desiree Perez is doing here. Like, it really is crazy. You try to lock up your own daughter with the Baker's Act, got a whole psychologist to basically, or psychiatrist to fake some stuff or whatever the hell. And basically she was clever enough, her daughter, to fight against. This is a whole movie. This is a lifetime. This is a 2B movie. This is what this is. And this is what Demore Hadley is dealing with. And then she's doing interviews with people. And then those interviews are basically being shut down. She's fighting for her life, all because Desiree Perez doesn't want Demore to be dating that man. And basically trying to shut her out. This is how, Desiree is moving. And of course, nobody at Rock Nation is going to say anything to Desiree because she is basically a co-CEO and handles a lot of stuff. This woman was, of course, I believe, part of drug trafficking stuff, and then she even got pardoned herself. So correct me if I'm wrong, but that's basically what that is giving, from what I know. Allegedly is what I'm going to say to protect myself.
Welcome all.
But wow, I just feel like this lawsuit is going to be one to watch 110%, but I wanted to get this Jay-Z news out there as well, because it definitely shows that this Ramiro stuff is ending. Maybe you guys can disagree with me on this. Maybe you guys can agree if you feel like Ramiro and Lily Coley have a fight in this, but I just don't see it. I'm not trying to be negative. I'm trying to be realistic to this conversation. And unless she appeals and wins that, I don't see how, when you're in debt now to Jay-Z, the very person that you wanted to come up against, and Ramiro's case had to be dropped basically because he couldn't continue on. Money and funds, of course, are big issues here. Otherwise, you'd be dragging this to court for the next 20, 30 years, but they unfortunately can't financially do that. So I think it's giving the end to me for the Ramiro chapter on this. Of course, nobody can write any chapter, and I'm not trying to do that, but I'm just saying that based on legal documents, based on what the judges ordered, that's what this is implying to me, and I'm moving through the legal documents. That's why I'm seeing it. Subscribe to the channel, comment down below, give this video a thumbs up. I would appreciate it, and I'll catch you guys soon for another video. Join Murad Nation, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys soon.
Once again, give it up to Murad for another great content and his coverage and journalism. Hold on one second, you all. I want to go get something real quick, and I'll be right back. Marcy, thank you for that, Barry. Your Barry. Thank you for that, heart me. I appreciate it. Your last name is Barry. That's why I'm saying Marcia Barry. Hold on one second. Let me go grab something real quick, like. Are we back? Okay, yeah, there we go. Okay. 1 second. Squared away. Let me go get that image real quick. I want to give it up to a good friend of mine. Also, she is my fellow co-star on Dope Girls. I call her Coffee, but her name is Tamika Y.E. Coffee Hogan. And this is her book that she just released on Amazon. And it's called 8K Lessons I Didn't See, a memoir of the many hats I wore and the woman I finally became. So I want to make sure that I get that out there for her. Her and I are talking. We were talking yesterday, and she's open to coming on the show and talking to us. And so we're going to get together and just make sure we can iron out a date and have her on. But let's give it up to Coffee on that. I know that when we was filming, you all probably, if you watch the show, you know her as Detective Nova Raines, that's currently trying to find out or investigate the unaliving of Ghost Mama, of Dre, and of our Jenny here. So that's her. I'm excited to read it. It's on Amazon once again. I will get you all the link if you'd like it. Or better yet, I'll tell you what, I'll make a post with the cover in it, the book cover right here in it, and just leave the link in the chat on it. And so that way we can go and definitely show her some love and support. And then talking about that, don't forget, you guys, my brother Alex, he has his Hometown Justice book out. Make sure you get with Alex and make sure you find out how you can order his books as well. He's an author too. And so let's give it up for him as well. Like, he had his podcast yesterday. We were on there. Some great things that I learned about him that I didn't even know. And it's just a great guy overall, just a great guy. And it's amazing. Like I said before, when things are of God's will, I mean, everything is of God's will. So, but when he put people on your path of or journey of life, and you meet them and you connect and they're just genuinely good, the energy's good, the vibe is good, it's just amazing, right? Those people are blessings to us. And so Alex is that for me. Alex is that to me. That's my brother, man. That's my brother. And I just love him for it, and I support anything he has going on. Also tonight, I'll be right back. Let me go grab this graphic too. I should have put it up here, but hold on. Y'all know what it is? Y'all know what it is. It's Friday night, y'all. It's Friday night. I don't know what y'all do around y'all house at Friday night, but I like to add something to it. I would like to invite you all to come over on Twitch TV. And I need you all to go and subscribe to the channel MC3 SFT9 and come join us for Friday Night Fuse tonight. If you're a fan of pro wrestling and you're a fan of video games, this is where you want to be. Caribbean Queen, thank you for that heart, me bestie. How are you? You definitely want to come in here and you want to show us some love. You want to join us in the chat, the live chat, and just hang out and have fun with us for a couple of hours, man. Escape from everything. And we give you a break to go get your complimentary snacks and stuff like that and drinks and come back and join us. As you can see, my little brother right here, he is the book. He is the promoter. All right. And so he puts together some great cards, very entertaining cards. I'm looking to see, Lori said she's going to be in there. Jenny, I hope to see Jenny back in there tonight. And we are also right now taking this time to invite you all to come and join us. And trust me, you'll have a great time. We be in there cutting up, laughing. We don't use vulgar words. You can have your kids watch it. You can put it on the big TV in your living room and you and your whole family can watch. It's strictly family friendly fun. We don't do anything crazy. There's no cussing. There's nobody acting out of fashion or anything like that. And just allow us to take your mind off of things out in the real world. It's crazy out there. Not just political, but we talking about entertainment wise too. It's crazy. It's crazy. We talking about life in general, the prices of things. I mean, it's really out. It's really outlandish. So come in and join us, y'all, and have fun with us tonight. Tomorrow, I think we're gonna have a show tomorrow too. I do think because I had plans with my sister, my little sister, and my niece. We were all gonna go to Hawkins. If you are a Stranger Things fan, like I am, and like my little sister is and my niece, we live not too far from the town that they filmed the show in that serves as Hawkins, and they have different things set up to where you can go and take pictures with it, like restaurants and just some of the scenes that they filmed at, and they got things marked there that you can take pictures with pertaining to the show. So we were going to do that tomorrow, but we're going to push it off to next week. So since we're doing that, I think I'm going to do a show tomorrow because I'll be here. Jenny said, "Oh my God, you gotta send it to me, please." Oh, absolutely, I will. I'll definitely send it to you. I'll send you we got pictures. I'll send you the list. I'll send you the list that I got of the different things to see up there pertaining to the movie. I mean to the show as well. Okay, my little brother says there might be a show tomorrow. Depends on how tonight goes. Laugh out loud. Sometimes I need a break. Laugh out loud. Okay. So listen, and we understand that, and we thank you, little brother, for all that you do. So tonight's show is for sure going down. Friday Night Feud. If he's up to it, and if tonight is good, then tomorrow we will have Saturday Night Showdown. Right? So if you like me, you're going to be praying that tonight is good, and you're going to be praying that my little brother feels good for tomorrow, because I look forward to all of the shows that he has. And in fact, on days we don't have any shows, I'm like, look, y'all know that meme where the guy's looking out the window with his head down and it's raining and he's sad? That's me when we don't have a show. I actually just go back and watch
you ain't
old
got no
shows.
sense. You have no
said you
sense
got no
whatsoever.
sense.
Since while I'm thinking about it, because this is a 3-day weekend, if I don't have a show Saturday, I might do one Sunday since I'm off Monday for MLK Day. So
Okay, so we'll get to, if not tomorrow, Sunday.
yeah, if I don't do a show Saturday, I'm definitely gonna do a show Sunday, and it'll probably be a short one. Just something, just kind of throw together, because I'm still kind of trying to work on the idea of introducing a tag team championship for the ladies over there. So we'll see how everything goes.
Oh, so are you referring to a show where it's just like for the women to have like a tag team tournament for the women to crown the championship?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's if we don't have a show Saturday, that's what I'm gonna do Sunday. I'm gonna see how many women tag teams I can put together. If I can at least put together, hopefully, if I can do 4 matches with just tag teams with just the women, then what I'll do is I'll set it up for a tournament, and what I'll do, I'll have like the finals. I'll do that on Wednesday. I'll have the finals for the championship on Wednesday.
Wednesday Night Wreckage. Okay.
Yeah,
Listen,
yeah.
y'all heard it first here. That's exclusive news. That's not even on the Facebook page yet. That's y'all got it before anybody else do. Okay, I like that. I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Please understand, and G can tell you, I'm a firm believer in keeping things kayfabe, but sometimes when I got stuff in my head that I need to kind of get out, and I think other people might like it, sometimes I'll share it. Other times, mum's the word. I don't even tell G stuff sometimes, because it's where I want to keep him surprised, just so I can get a reaction. I can get a good reaction from him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you do. I love it. I love his mind. And I mean, the shows, like Lori and I was talking about it yesterday. they're awesome. They are so entertaining, and I'm not saying that just because he's my little brother. He knows if I don't like something, I'm gonna tell him. If I think something needs to change, I'll tell him. So understand, I'm not putting him over like that. I'm speaking facts. It is a great show. It is fun. It is fun, and I think we was up to what we had like 10 viewers in it last time.
Yeah, about 10, 11 viewers, and I was happy about that because I want to say the Christmas one had the most. The Christmas show that we did had 13 viewers. So
Yes.
that's
Yes.
it's stuff like that I'm kind of looking at because I want people to tune in. I'm not trying to like have like 100 or so people. I mean, I wouldn't mind that, but at the same time, I want it to be entertaining where people are tuning in and enjoying it. So, because I mean, there was a whole we all had a whole conversation about what direction we want to go. That's how involved my big brother is, Alex, and even a lot of the other wrestlers. I try to get ideas from them on how they want to take stuff, and there's some stuff in the works. G knows about it. We had I think we talked about it for like 10, 15, 20 minutes or so, either yesterday or today, talking about what we want to start incorporating into the show and everything.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, it's a lot that goes into it, but I want you guys to know he does work extremely hard getting it together and to put out a good product. And I enjoy it. Like I said, I really meant that, little brother. When we don't have a show, even if I'm driving, I'm going to your Twitch channel and just playing some old um, shows
Yeah.
just because I miss it. So thank you for that, man. And all that you do, I know you have a life too. You got work. You have a sister-in-law and nephew, and but you still give us your time and your creativity, and I appreciate that so much.
I appreciate the support. Thank y'all because trust me, if and I can't drop Scott's name enough and tell him thanks enough because if not for him allowing me to pick up where he left off, I wouldn't be doing this.
Yeah, absolutely, Scott. Yeah, shout out to Scott, man. We got to give it up to him because he was the owner of Global Impact Wrestling. You all know where that was at and how fun that was. So absolutely, we got to give it up to Scott. But and also I just see right here, Alex says the Carolina Nexus next episode is Tuesday. So let's make sure we remember to join his podcast on Tuesday. I want to make sure we give him the support too, as well. Jenny said it's always an amazing show. So go to Global Impact Wrestling. What is it? Presents Outlaw
Global
Championship Wrestling.
Impact Wrestling presents Outlaw Championship Wrestling Alliance Friday Night Feud. I know I say feuds, but it's actually feud. But I'm from the South. I can't help but put an S on stuff sometimes.
Hey,
And yeah,
Southern
let's
bred.
see. I want to see if Lori can beat her record. She was 2 out of 3 last night, so I want to see if she can beat her record and call the winners. I was actually kind of surprised because
3 out of 4.
nobody
3 out
else
of
is kind of 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Look, I think we should do that. I think we should do it. Let's see how many you get right tonight, Lord. Okay. I'm looking and tell your husband. I hope he joins in as well. Lori said.
Oh yeah,
Jenny said,
that was
Lori, I'm gonna
great to
need the
hear.
Powerball numbers. Oh yeah, you got the video. You watched it.
No, I ain't get it. I was remembering what you had told me. I didn't have a chance to go back and look at it. Like I said, I'm behind. I gotta upload the playbacks from the previous shows onto YouTube because I just happened to be looking on YouTube this morning before I went to work, and the last show I got posted on YouTube is the Christmas show. I don't have anything posted from then. And I think we've had like 5-6 shows since then. I'm like, oh man, I'm behind.
Slow fur. No, just like it's just busy. It's just it's life be lifing, man.
Yeah.
And so, but yeah, definitely get those put up. But I put the and I cut it down to think it's like 10, 12 minutes, but I posted it in the OCWA page chat group
Okay.
on
Okay.
Messenger.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay. I'll definitely go there and check it out. But yeah, y'all definitely check out tonight. The first match is a battle royal to see who's going to be facing Kaylin, who is the longest reigning
My baby.
OCWA champion in history. We may have a short history, but she's been the longest reigning champion so far. All the other titles have changed hands probably about 4 or 5 times, but she has held on strong to that women's championship.
Mm-hmm. Yes, she has. I'm proud of her, and she be checking too. She be checking. I pick
I
her up from
believe it.
school.
I believe it.
I'm not lying. She's like,
Yeah,
so
that's me.
who I got to fight tonight? But I love it. But I did tell her the suspense tonight. She'll be facing a mystery opponent. We don't know who it is because the tournament has to take place. And she's excited. She's ready to go for it. So we'll definitely be there. 6:30 tonight or 7:30. Which one, little brother? Oh, he must have had to go to work. Okay, so for those of y'all that tune in, come at 6:30. One more time, sis. Can we get that the channel name put in here? I know he posted the link to it, but I don't think you can press a link in here. But if you just put the name up, you all come right there. Thank you so much, sis. MC3, SF9, SFT9 over on Twitch. Go ahead and do that now. You all please come and join us tonight. Come in at 6:30. If we're not there at 6:30, check back, 6:40, 6:45, something like that. But 6:30, as it stands right now, 6:30 over on Twitch. Please come in and join us. Join in on the live, talk with us. My little brother does a lot. He puts a lot into it, and I just love it. And I think you will too. I think you will too. Remember, Carolina Nexus show will be next Tuesday. I will see you all tomorrow. This has been your self-proclaimed favorite news reporter, Mr. Breaking News. I'm signing off from the newsroom. Remember, you could be anything in the world. Be somebody. I love you all to life. Peace and blessings to you all. And have a good weekend.